Hi, I'm back
How's it going?
Netherlands or whatever.
He's back from being held hostage in
In
Texas.
Texas, where I was held hostage. So yeah, I'm back, and I have the secret to the air shield. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, man.
That's amazing.
Yep.
That's the same number as my match luggage.
Man, we lived in great times, didn't we, man? I'm just saying. Spaceballs was a great movie.
Yes! Amazingly.
So, okay, so here we all are. Here we are. Well, here we are.
Hi, Brent. How are you?
Hi, Brent. Okay, so Brent, fair warning at this point that my back is in seriously not good shape right now. So I'm probably gonna call it quits at some point here relatively soon and go to bed. But I've had, a week full of moving stuff, followed by driving 2 days each way, followed by tabling on Saturday, followed by work today where I stood in front of a classroom for the whole day. So my back is at if I move so much as a small inch, I'm going to get it spasms. And I'm like, okay, gotcha. I follow. But to me, I feel like it's very important for us to kind of start talking about what we're doing this week, because we have a print deadline on Friday. I'm pretty sure I can make the print deadline. I'm pretty good at that one. Tabling was good. I sold 3 sets of comics and 1 Neko bus, as you might imagine. Sell. So the Neko bus always sells. I just need to keep making more of them. So before Wicked West, I need to make a bunch more Neko buses because they always sell. And by always, it's one. I always sell 1 at every convention. So, but that's still 1 more than none.
You should always keep at least 3 on hand.
I think I should too. I might have sold 2.
3 or 4.
Yeah. I might have sold 2 because I think somebody else was also interested and then came by my table later and there wasn't a Neko bus. So they were like, maybe not. So, and I also think Stitch and the Neko bus attracted the most attention. So I probably should try to draw a couple of more cute things. Oddly surprised that Lum attracted 0 attention, except 1 old anime guy who was like, Lum, that's amazing. I haven't seen Lum in years, So, anyway, I know that I've got 4 more pages, 3 more pages of just interiors now. Or exteriors, that need to be done for the Omake, and it's complete. Yeah, it looks like my
Where am I sitting at?
It's because I'm sitting back like this, and so it's like, because my back hurts. That's why I'm not drawing tonight because I can't actually lean forward very well. But Brent, I was telling Kayan this. Dad had an entire roll of the Perfect Blue Ultra Suede. He had wrapped some maps in it. So I ended up getting an entire roll of that perfect blue that I've talked about all the time, that perfect shade of blue. And it's a lot. There's quite a bit in here. And so I've got an entire, it's like half of a bolt, maybe a third of a bolt, but it's a lot. And he just wrapped his maps in it so that the maps wouldn't get hurt. And then we pulled it out and we're like, it's a world map from 1982. Like, does anybody need a world map from 1982? Not really. So we threw it away. But we took the Ultra Suede out of there because I'm like, oh, it's the perfect blue Ultra Suede. The one that, and I actually told my sister, I was like, I have to admit that I had considered asking for the little stool because of the perfect blue Ultra Suede. And she's like, oh, okay, I would have given it to you. No, I don't really want the stool. It's the Ultra Suede. So she's like, well, this is probably better
It's not
than
about
canceling
you.
that stool. So that was
It's
cool.
not you, it's me.
Right?
And that stool.
Please don't
And that
our
Ultra
great
Suede.
grandmother's, vanity stool so that you can. Okay. So, you and I, we got work to do
Yes.
because we've got this week, and then we are OOH, or at least
Yes.
whatever's going to Wicked West has got to be out the door by Friday and in Bob's hands. If we want Avanti to print it.
Yeah. So, how much is Avante?
I don't know. He quotes me roughly about two and 3/4 for a copy, give or take. So $2.75 a copy.
For how many copies?
Usually what I have done is said, I have a $200 budget. How much can you print? And so he printed whatever that was, 75 or 78 or whatever that is. Yeah, spring should be also ready to go, but I'm not sure if Bob can do perfect binding. So I need to send that one to New York, and I'm not sure if that'll get back by Wicked West. We'll have to see. I'm hoping it will, but I'm not sure. Hang on. I don't expect that. I mean, if you don't need to use it, that's totally cool. Book printing, perfect bind books, 8.5 by 8.5 square. I will ask Bob if he can. We'll see.
Yeah, so I might. All right, so I'll get my book all together this week. Get that out the door. I think I'm going to focus on that this week. Getting issue 1 back up and running to where I was at before.
It's not as simple as you think. He always thinks it's so simple. It's not.
Well, no, mine's even more complicated than what you realize.
Well, no, I'm talking about.
Huh?
Talking about finding Bob's email is hard. Do you need the cover from David?
Not yet. No, this is for issue 1. I'm going to take issue 1 to print. But I've got it completely fixed. issue 1.
Okay, I got Bob's email now.
Cool.
I should. Out of the Outlook.
Yeah, particularly since I got put behind a rock in a hard place by having it all lost.
Right. Well, you know what? If we can't, we can't. We'll be fine. We'll make it work. Don't let things stress you. You know what I mean? Like, we'll make it work. We'll get it. We'll get it. Pepper's going too, yeah? Duca West?
I don't know, is he?
No earthly ID. Oh my god, I can't twist like that anymore.
I mean, right now, I'm just thinking about myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Two. Can you do?
I am glad to see you back home, though.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to be home. Very glad to be home. Yes, it's mid-April, 15th, 16th. So now I'm doing I'm doing these, trying to kind of figure out how this all works. Perfect. Fine. Oh, that hurt.
It even sounded like it hurt.
Yeah, well, that was just a normal cough too. It wasn't even like, it wasn't anything weird about the cough. That was just a inhaled something weird cough, and that hurt. Oh, my back.
So, other than that, what else are we planning this week?
I don't think anything else is going on this week per se. Oof. Except that at the end of this week, I think you and I should try to take a break. I think we pushed hard, really hard, to get to the 31st here. Then next week we can just mess around. Like nothing stressy, draw pictures, paint, whatever. Just be like totally offline.
Well, I think that you, particularly this next week, you need to do art exercises to build yourself back in because you just took a 2-week break from drawing.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Ooh, I also need to do that life-size standee of Chang doing the I Want You for the Unity Navy. So I'll need to do that so that I can at least print it and then have it ready. My dad had a skill saw, so that's going to be really useful because then we can use that skill saw to cut like wood, so we can put it onto wood and lacquer it down so that it won't be easily destroyed. And I'll build the standee in 2 pieces so it can be disassembled and then put together so that it's not unwieldy, because a 4-foot, even though Chang is short, she's still like 4 foot something and maybe 5 foot. And so it'll still be 5 feet of something that needs to be messed with. So I'm going to see if I can't split it in half. And
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
yeah, but I got a buddy who's going to help me with it. My buddy Kevin, he's going to help me with it. So, question is, can we do it in time? I'd like to think we can do it in time. That'd be really nice to have. But I'm not going to hang my hat on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we're coming into April. Somebody has a birthday on May 4th. May the 4th be with you. That somebody is not in this room right now for weird reasons, but he was earlier, and he wandered out.
So, what did you find out about Aacon? Or Iacon, or
Iacon. We're still good. If you want to sign up with me, the tables are like 100, but we can split it if you will sell my stuff.
Yeah.
He's okay with that. I mean, all we need to do is just fill out the paperwork. I think he said that you tried to fill out the paperwork, but he said that all of your links were dead or didn't go anywhere, or they were all blank or something like that. So they round filed you by accident because they didn't know it was you. So okay. We just need to make sure that we get in there and show them, because spammers try to sign up all the time. So they didn't know you weren't really, they didn't know you were a real artist. They thought you were a spammer because all it did was just come in and then none of the links were in there. So he said he thinks that you got round filed.
Okay.
So we'll
figure that out.
Yeah, we just need to do it soon because I think that closes also on Friday. So we just make sure we've signed up.
Yeah.
So then you can be at Iacon and table and sell my comics at the table too. And I'll try to help spot you every so often, but since I'm actually working that con, not 100% sure how much time I'll have. You know what I mean? So
yeah. No, I got you.
I'll give it the old college try, and then we'll do our best. So other than that, I think Oh, DakuCon. The guys from DakuCon showed up at my table and were talking to me. They were actually attracted by Lum. They were the only ones that actually recognized Lum on the table. But they decided she was a pinup, so they were attracted because DakuCon's adult.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm not opposed to tabling at DakuCon. And you have more adult stuff that could be at DakuCon and probably would sell relatively well. So I'm thinking we might want to look into DakuCon. The problem is the tables there are pretty steep because it's 200.
Oof, that's $100 each. When is DakuCon?
But it's
because
later
they bounced around to a few different dates. So I don't know what they're at.
Yep. So it looks like December 8th through 10th. And they're at the Crown Plaza. Long Hallway Hotel.
Crown Plaza. I don't know where that's at offhand. And so is registration opening up soon for that?
It's already open.
Okay.
The application and payment will be due October 8th.
So we have time.
We've got time.
But we shouldn't dally.
Well, we should think about it, whether we want to pull that off or not. So, yeah, but we actually probably should try to get in there relatively soon. Yeah. Any product featuring an artist's original character, commissioned and hand-drawn works, unique individual handmade items, fan art that clearly does not violate rights of any license holders, and original props.
I mean, you know, I have all those Ernest Borgnine pictures just banging around on my hard drive.
Right. Ernest.
But no, I think that's something we should look into.
Yeah, we should look into that. I think that'd be an interesting. I think you have the real thing that's making me think this is you have an awful lot of work that would fit well here.
More than what you realize.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like, no, I mean, actually, I'm pretty sure I realize or at least can guess. So, but I mean, like, you've got an awful lot of work that would go well here and sell well.
Well, I could probably make an entire comic
Right.
of adult artwork, but still.
I could also sell my omake without any problems. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
there wouldn't be any. Nobody would blink an eye. In fact, my omake would be hideously tame, which would be entertainingly funny, and that entertaining in a lot of different ways. So. Anyway, so yeah, looking at it here and thinking, we should think about this.
Is Denver?
Yeah, Denver isn't. I mean, because this DakuCon's geek convention, but anime-esque.
Yeah, but I'm looking at me.
Right.
Holy heck!
That was a thing.
$250
For Denver?
for Denver.
The tickets or the table?
The table.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it was fun, but I don't think it was $250 worth of fun.
Mm-hmm.
$50 for wall outlet? Boy, this must be some great hashish they're smoking. Wow. Wow. What other conventions are coming up that we should think about?
So, one of the things I was thinking of doing was gathering all of that information up and making a card or something. Because, God, that question came up all the time at MiniCon. Like, people kept walking around going, wow, because Raph was right next to me. So we put one of the Iacon banners to the left of my table, and of course he was to my right. And like they were constantly going, Iacon, man, I wish I had like some kind of listing of all the cons. And I'm like, man, I wish I'd done that too, you know? Like all dumb cons, because I don't remember. There's like a dozen of them, and I don't remember any of them. You know what I mean? And they all change from year to year. And man, if I made one of those calendars, we could put quack ads on it or whatever, you know, GS Davis art, KN art, whatever. You know, like everybody would have them because they'd be like, this is the most useful thing. And then they'd have our brand all over it, and that'd be great.
Yeah. But that's the other problem is there's so many conventions.
And they're not easy to track down.
But like they're not
kind of scour stuff to figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Like they're actually kind of hard to figure out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm still running into people who have no idea that IndieK exists. No idea.
Yeah.
No.
And like I thought HorrorCon was there. Kofi or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Kofo. Mm-hmm.
And I know they've been advertising the hell out of
one of our streams is starting to get wiggy.
I am getting wiggy with it.
Yep.
Let's see. Iacon. What else is coming up? Like it's actually kind of hard to it's kind of difficult to think about because there are a lot of conventions, but you don't know about them until, hey, are you going to BlahBlahCon this weekend? I didn't even know that was coming up.
Right? Like Cosine 2023, Retromania, Boulder, Furry Ski Weekend at Copper Mountain. That's interesting. Genghis Con, Coaf, WhimsyCon, Rocky Mountain Nightmares. That's interesting. Retromania, Trading Card Game Con, Iacon, Fan Expo, Denver, Tacticon, Colorado Springs Con, NDK, Collecticon, and then Mile High Con. And that looks like Mile High Con's the last one on here, which is interesting because, of course, we already know the DakuCon's not on here. You know what I mean? Like, and this
Yeah.
is the FanCon's website. So even they're missing one that I can think of off the top of my head. You know what I mean? Like, even they're missing one. Although I think it's fascinating that they've got furries on the mountain side up in Copper Mountain.
Yeah.
That sort of cracks me up. I almost would pay
And
money to see
Denver. They have both Denver and the skiing one.
Mm-hmm. Well, and there's 2 Retromanias. So there's Retromania Boulder and there's Retromania Denver. And unfortunately, Retromania is in the wrong weekend. And WhimsyCon is frickin' this weekend.
Yeah, no way in hell am I making that.
Yeah. Which is fine. I wasn't planning on going to. I mean, I would have loved to have gone. And Hexacon's not on their list either. This is the first. Yeah, Hexacon's not in here either. I mean, like, I'm looking at this list and I'm like, this isn't even a comprehensive list, you know?
And it's the most comprehensive
Yeah,
out there.
I'm still missing 2 or 3. Like, Hexacon's not on here, DakuCon's not on here. There's TCGCon. That's interesting. At the National Western Complex. Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh! Holy crap. I think that one sounds horrible to me. Oh, this is a specific... It moves. Huh. Kind of cool. Anyway, I think one of the things I might try to do is fire off or make a little calendar like on a card or a magnet or something that has all of the cons on it and put, you know, GS Davis Art on there or something like that. And then I'll try to grab as many of them as I can. And then make those and print those because those could be really useful. And putting them out on the table would be horribly useful for people. You know what I mean? Like people will be like, oh, it's a convention calendar, you know?
And the problem is like they don't, like there's no set for next year. So you can't even make a calendar
Ahead of time.
This year for next year's cons.
You can't. You're just going to have to go and look into each one of them and go to their website to see where the next year's con is.
But
you know what I mean?
A lot of them won't have it ready till next year.
True. However, once we get to the end of December, we should be clear of everybody but DakuCon. So everybody's website will be updated for the next year. And I mean, like, NDK never moves. It's always Labor Day weekend or whatever, Memorial Day weekend, whatever is that last one. It's always on that same weekend until 2030. We're going to be there. So, like, it's never moving. So at least I can at least plot that one. You know, like, you can get some of them to move. But I mean, I shouldn't be dismissing what you're saying. But you could print them, you know, in December and then have them ready for our first table in January. You know?
or something.
Yeah, or something.
But we have to figure this out because there's a lot of cons. I think if we had a calendar that showed when all the conventions are, that would sell like hotcakes. Even if we got something set up now, where the conventions coming up through the rest of the year, I think that would be a real powerful tool.
I agree. Wonder if we should set up a picture with the con schedule. So like you have a picture of one of your characters doing something like this, and then we just put the con schedule here, so it looks like the character's holding the con schedule. You know what I mean? And then I do the same thing, and then we print 2 different versions of it and sell it for like $3 or whatever, you know, as a print.
I like that.
Let's do that. It'll only take us like one show to roll those out. We could send them to frickin' Vistaprint and have it printed. You know what I mean? Like it could be postcards, you know, con calendar postcards, you know, $2 or whatever.
But that could sell a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly if people are like, hey, do you know what cons are coming up? Oh, you do.
Yep. Oh, heck. We can do die cut stickers. Holographic stickers, huh?
I don't know why, but doing this facial expression thing has been really fun to do.
Like these postcard magnets. This might not be bad either. They're $1.76 a unit. Right? So it'd be a 3x5 situation.
But could be powerful.
I think so too.
So I want to show you something I have been working on. It was just because I have to rebuild these pages, and I don't think I'm going to go necessarily this way with it. because it would take me too long.
Mm-hmm.
And the feedback I've gotten on it, while people have been really, they're like, oh man, these are a lot clearer. It hasn't been so spectacular that it's like, you need to do it this way. Like, I'm getting kind of mixed feelings about it.
Okay. I have about 10 minutes left in me, just so you know.
That's fine. We'll haul off early tonight. Because 10 minutes puts us at about 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I was saying. Well, that's what I was thinking, is I think I've got about until 11 and then I'm out.
So I rebuilt page 1.
Okay.
And I have it on screen.
I'm looking at it now.
So that's the new version of page 1. Versus oh, don't bring it up that way. The old version of page 1. I think the action's a lot cleaner in the new version. But I definitely like the old version too. You know?
Yeah, and her hand's the wrong direction on that page too. It's also the wrong direction on that page.
Is it?
Yep, thumbs should be on the inside if they're at this like this. If it's facing out, your thumbs are on the inside.
She's not holding it like this, though. She's holding it kind of up like this.
It's not the way her arm's going, though.
Am I doing that back? It's just like...
Yeah, that hand's...
Okay.
That hand's probably not going the right way. I don't know. We'll see. No, it's not going the right way. Well, no, because if they're faced out, the thumbs are on the outside. So if the fingers face you like this, then the thumbs are on the outside. If the fingers are
okay, I see what the problem. I'll fix that.
Yeah, it's all good. I like the ink work on this page.
Yeah, and this is pure ink work. If you look, I'm actually taking the old page and just re-inking it.
So my feeling is this: were you saying that you should redo all of the pages?
No, I'm just not certain if I should or not.
Because I'm looking at this going, well, it's not bad. I mean, I actually like it just fine, but I don't actually hate the original. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't either. I think the only thing that bothered me was the second panel. His swing is a little stiff.
Yeah. Here's the good news. It doesn't look significantly different to me. So you could swap out that page for the other page you just drew, and page 2 will still fit, the old version. In other words, you can keep making pages until we run out of time, and wherever you end will be fine. It'll fit just fine.
And then this is page 2 of that.
Yeah.
And then here is the original. Oh, come on. Don't do that. And then here's the original version.
I'm going to stand up. Sorry. Hang on. Right.
And it's not significantly different, but it reads better.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, these panels read as one action instead of here where it's several actions happening.
I agree.
I think I had these 2 pages done in like maybe 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah. Well,
So,
yeah, but the question is, you know, the only thing I'm concerned about is you going, well, I can't get to the print deadline because I killed myself redrawing all the pages. You know?
yeah. But the other side of that argument is I have to redraw the pages anyways for any page that has text in it. Because the text will, because it's, when I bring it into this, what happens, I'll bring in page 10, for instance. And you'll instantly see the problem when I bring it up. Okay. Bring in this page because I have to bring in this page. AC. Drop it in here. B. Look how much smaller it is.
Yeah.
So now I have to go in, and this is all raster because it's from the PNG. And so this is, you know, it's going to fade my text, or it's going to blur my text a little bit and blur the page. And how much of that is going to be noticeable when I go to print. And that was my issue.
Right.
So it's still my issue. So what's your thoughts?
I think it's a great idea to do so long as we have the time.
Okay.
But if we don't have the time, I think your old version will hold.
Okay.
It's better than
now,
some comics that I've got for Springs, which I'm sending to printer too.
And what I could do is I could just finish importing it in. And actually what I might do is I might focus on getting all the text swapped out. And then if I need to update the art or do something significant, do it that way.
Right.
Because, I mean, this is the old style of drawing down to the raster layers versus the vector layers I'm now working in. So, Where'd you go? Guys, like, I'm out. I'm done. You're talking too much.
No, I just need to get an aspirin.
Oh,
And so
I think the only major change I will do is the shower scene.
mm-hmm.
And I think I'll tone down the shower scene a little bit. So that it isn't as questionable, you know? Although it's not that bad, but still.
Right.
I don't want to run into people going, "Oh, hey, look, we have a problem person over here."
Like I said, Dakukan might be a thing we need to look into.
Yeah.
So,
you know, particularly since freaking Brig is 25. The youngest character in there is Mammy at freaking 18.
right. It's fine. All right. I'm out. I think I'm out. So, I'm gonna
Yeah,
spin up tomorrow morning, but like my back is really mad now.
I bet it is. You've done a lot to it
Yeah.
without any rest.
I actually was thinking I might sleep through the alarms tomorrow morning and wake up at like 8:30 or something so that I can get up in time to get over here, but get a good night's sleep. So,
And it's supposed to be snowing tomorrow, so if you want to start late, we can start late.
the commute is difficult getting here. No, I appreciate that. I might start late. I'm not gonna rush, but I've got to get back to work. We've got to get to work. So
Yeah, and I might join you.
yeah, you can join me later on too if you got to go feed the chickens and the alpaca and stuff like that. So
Well, all that should be done, and I have to get up early tomorrow anyways for a different issue. But by 10 o'clock, I should be all done with everything here, so I should be able to join you then.
fair, cool. Well, then we'll get
So-
spun up tomorrow. This should be good, and then I will see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'll see everybody else tomorrow too. Thanks for joining us tonight. If you've been hanging out in here. And as always, keep your eyes on the stars. Good night.
Bye.